Okay, here we go. Oh, hello. I'm listening to your music.
Are you serious?
Yes. Welcome. Good. Wow. I'm so nervous. I'm literally nervous.
Why?
Like
You don't have to be.
I speak in front of crowds. I meet people, but I don't know. I just kind of, I don't know if I say starstruck or I'm really nervous. But okay.
Are we there?
Yeah, we're there. We're here.
Okay.
Good evening, and good to see you. Good to see you. We've been talking for a long time. I'm so happy to finally see you. And
My
really,
pleasure.
I thank you for making out time to really sit with me, but also with all my friends all over the world, especially the young people that I really engage myself with, to share with me some of your expertise.
Thank you.
I'll first by saying welcome to our show. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Okay. I can hear you. I think the network is giving issues. Okay, it's stable now, I think. I can hear you perfectly. Can you hear me?
Okay. I can hear you very well. Thank you. I can hear you.
Good.
I can hear you. So how are you? How are you coping with Corona? That is the most important thing now. How are you? What are you doing to stay safe?
I'm fine. I'm doing fine. I'm staying indoors, making sure I'm observing all precautions, washing my hands as often as possible, applying sanitizers, wearing my face mask if it's very pertinent that I have to go out, and then just maintaining personal rally.
Wow, that is very important, because I saw some weeks ago your campaign inviting each and everybody to be responsible to really stay at the stay-at-home campaign. I think really thank you for that. It was really good, especially in our context in Africa, whereby we can easily neglect some things, but it was really wonderful for you to do that. I really appreciate that.
Thank you so much. It's very important. It's not something we do just because we want to do. It's something we do because we know the importance of it.
Okay. Which is very true. So straight to the point. I would really appreciate you to speak from your heart, because I work with lots of young people, and there's nothing as beautiful when young people listen to another young person that has really accomplished a lot in life. And that young person they're listening to is you. And you're an actor, a singer, a producer. You're a jack of many trades. Whatever you touch your hands to, it's like blessings, but not only blessings, it becomes successful. So I would like to ask, what is the secret behind all that? What inspired you to venture into the entertainment thing on one aspect of the entertainment industry, such as acting, but trying out singing and other things? What really inspired you to into that?
I would say honestly that I was naturally drawn to entertainment right from when I was a kid. It's something I enjoy. I enjoy watching movies. I enjoy singing. I enjoy watching displays. I like spectacle. So I realized on time that I'm naturally drawn to entertainment. So it wasn't surprising so much to me and to so many people around me when eventually I turned out as an artist. So I would say I've always had that attraction to entertainment. I've always been very expressive. I've loved to express myself. I've created. I've been a fine artist at some point. I've sketched, I've drawn, I've attempted everything there is in the art. So for me, it's been that. So because of my growing up, I decided to just go further and get to see that this is something that I like to do. Why don't you just go and see how it works out? Pursue it and believe you'll make out something for yourself. So that's basically the passion. I believe it's a passion that drives anybody to do whatever they want to do. Once you have a passion, you go for it. You don't need anybody to tell you that, hi, I like this thing. Naturally, I'm drawn to this thing. And I tell anybody that wants to succeed in life, it's easier for you to succeed at something you have passion. Yeah. And then as a kid, I saw a lot of people I looked up to, a lot of actors I looked up to, and the way they interpreted their roles and all of that, it got me fascinated. I'm like, whoa, this is good. why don't I try this? I could be good at this. So sometimes inspiration comes from people you look up to also. So all of this culminated in me becoming an artist that I am today.
Wow.
As regards
if I may ask you one question.
Okay, carry on.
Okay. Who is that person that you looked up up to growing up? The person, your favorite actor when growing up?
Not just one person. A lot of people. I was a movie freak growing up. I saw different kinds of movies. I saw Hollywood, I saw Bollywood, I saw Nollywood. So I had a lot of influences. I had a lot of people whom I aspired to be like. R&B, for instance, inspired me a lot. Ramsey Noah was another good inspiration.
Wow.
Yes, yeah. Sam Davis, Uncle Olu Jacobs, all these great men, KOK, Bob Manuel,
wow.
you see them interpret their roles, you are fascinated, like, wow, this is good. So I saw a lot of films at that time, and I think it propelled me more into taking what I was doing or what I intended to do more seriously.
Wow. Because all these people you've mentioned are great men. So imagine great men coming into one person. That is pure greatness.
From everybody.
Yeah. And I think for me, this is one of the secrets, I might say, to why you excel, because you looked up to great men.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, and well, okay. And then what about music? What drew you into music?
Okay, for music.
Do you have like artists in your family, or I don't know?
Yes, my mother and my grandmother. My mother is a chorister for as long as I've known her, up till date.
Wow.
Yeah, so she's always been a lead singer ever since I knew her growing up and all of that. And then she was a lover of music at home. Then when I was 6, 7, they would always play records in the house. Different kinds of influences of music were just pouring into my head. So at that time, I knew I loved music. I got attracted to music too. I had this natural affinity to songs. And sometime as a 13-year-old boy, I went to church one time for something, and then the band was having a practice somewhere by the church. I'm an Anglican. So when I got there, the music was just influencing me. I liked what they were doing, but I was just this small boy that couldn't go amongst this grown-up people to do anything. But somehow I summoned the courage, and I went there, and then I sneaked under the table. There was a table. I sneaked under with the microphone beside there, and I sang. I would never forget that day. They all turned like, who is that? Who is that? That was it. And they dragged me out of where I was hiding and instantly said I was going to be a member of that band.
Wow.
That was how before I started acting, basically. Yeah, so I started doing songs, going for shows, going for programs, learning more. I learned how to play guitar. I enrolled for keyboard, piano classes and all of that. Developed myself, did a lot of voice training, and had my own band at some point. I was going for shows to play for functions and getting paid and all of that. Even while I was coming up as an actor, I was still doing those things to sustain myself, because acting really actually doesn't pay as an upcomer. So you need something to keep you going. So every money I was making from music, I was using to pursue my acting career. So at some point when I felt, okay, at this point I could still do music, I decided to go back. Plus, most of the songs you saw me release are not really new songs. These are music songs I did like 5 years ago. They were mostly movie soundtracks, but people liked it, so I decided to just crop them now. In the Squame and Co, they were all movie soundtracks.
Wow. And I think because when you release your song, I told you the last time, each time I hear the songs, it makes me think of my mom, my late mom. But also I cry. But I cry also a lot. I cry a lot because it's like heartwarming. It's really beautiful.
Yeah. Those songs came from movie scripts.
Because listen. Yeah, but listening to what you've said, it's somebody who right from the beginning was dedicated towards his passion. You never hesitated, and that is why whatever thing you touched was a success. I know that there are thousands and millions of Africans, young people out there looking up to you. When I posted on Facebook that I'm going to be having a conversation with you live, I got a message from Congo, and they were like excited. They were like, ask him this. And one of my friends was like, how are you able to manage all this? They know that you're a producer, you're a a singer, you're an actor. How are you able to manage all this without getting? Do you sometimes get overwhelmed or break down, or how are you able to cope with all this? It's like,
Yes, the thing is, because sometimes you see them all out there, it seems like they were all done at the same time and all of that. No, these things, sometimes I produce when I'm not acting. When I'm not producing, I could go for 1 or 2 shoots and act. When I'm not doing that, I'm doing music. So they just come at different times when I have time. But I make sure I make available time for anyone, because I realize that whatever one you leave out will suffer from it. So I make time to attend to each one of them. It's not like I'm attacking them at the same time. It's just something I feel I want to do. Because the Bible, actually, in the parable of the talents, tells us to just go explore.
Yeah.
Do whatever it is God has given you. Don't hold it back. Give it all out. So that's basically what I'm doing. Not for accolades, not for awards, for praise. Whatever. They could all come, the condemnation, the praise, and all of that. But then I just want to make sure that whatever thing I have inside of me, I want to give out to the world.
Put it out there. Put it out there. Yeah. And what is beautiful is what you said, that you do all these things not for accolades, not for awards. But at the end, the God you serve doesn't forget. He doesn't forget about you, and all your talents has yielded so many awards, which is really beautiful. Sometimes I feel that, God, I know of so many young people who walk up to me that I want to try this thing, but I cannot. I don't know what to do. They're like, I feel that I have different things I want to do, but I don't know how to do that. And sometimes they are like, it overwhelms them. They don't know how to approach that. So what would you say to that young man or young girl that is trying to discern which of his or her talent is going to put forward first?
I would always advise everybody, whatever talent you have, go for it. You may not be able to make a choice at this time, but you will know what you are naturally more drawn to, or what's most available to you. You could naturally be drawn to, for instance, acting and music, but you have more passion for acting than you do for music. But then just around the corner to your house, there's a band, it's available. You can go there, try. You have this passion. So know what's available to you, know what you're drawn to, know what you're passionate about, but don't despair. Don't think probably because you didn't get it at this time, or you're working, you're not seeing the progress, you're not seeing the results, then nothing is happening. Something is happening. Even when you're not getting accolades, you are learning.
Yeah. Wow, I like that.
You are growing. You are making those mistakes, because as for mistakes is a must. If you don't make mistakes, you cannot make success in life. You have to know how not to do it before you arrive at how to do it. So mistake is a step to success. It is a must. If you want to succeed, get ready for mistakes. If you are somebody who doesn't feel he wants to make mistake, or she doesn't want to make any mistake, then success is not for you. Be ready to go down, make your mistakes, learn your lesson, pick up, try the next route. Just keep going. That was what kept me going. I had a lot of rejections. I had a lot of turn downs. I had a lot of people who looked down on me, people who felt I couldn't do stuff, people who even told me that your kind of person can actually arrive at this. Why don't you just do something else? But you don't let those kind of words register in your imagination. Don't let them put you down. Once your spirit and yourself and your instincts and your talent and who you are tells you, I think I can do this if I put an effort, then go and do it. Don't mind anybody. Put the work, put the prayers, be diligent, be ready to learn. Nobody's above learning. Learning is something that you keep doing. In fact, every good artist, every good person in any field in life is somebody who is willing to learn. So just keep learning, basically.
Wow. And I'm really speechless, I'm really speechless, because I believe that somebody out there can relate to what you're saying completely, because it's really concrete, it's really practical. And for we young people, when we feel that there are no opportunities, we get demoralized.
Yeah, that's true.
So how can someone, a young person, create an opportunity for himself in a society that doesn't permit opportunities? Like, I give an example. Sometimes, in Nigeria, we talk about, you need connection, or you need something like, you need a godfather, or you need connection. When you were thinking of going to acting, did you ever think of, like, you needed a connection, or you you created that opportunity for yourself. You look for your own window.
After I had done my first movie, that I began to hear you needed a connection and stuff. Yeah. When you take what you want to do seriously, not just taking it seriously, when you make an effort to improve upon it, to add value to it, to learn every day, to improve what you know, somehow you'll be spotted. I'll give you an example. The first time I ever acted, I ever stood in front of a camera as an actor, I never knew anybody. Yeah. I didn't have connection, but I had skills. Wow. In fact, the audition I attended at that time, I wasn't picked. Oh. So I was demoralized leaving that venue. But guess what? I had my guitar.
Yes.
He went with me to the audition.
Yes.
So when I was leaving the venue, tired, someone amongst the crew spotted my guitar and he could play. And he picked it up and he played and he sang and I sang alongside. He was shocked. Whoa, who sang? You could sing? Yeah, I said yes. There and then he told me, you're going to be part of this movie. This was an audition I had failed and I was leaving.
Wow.
Yeah, that was how I ever did my first film in my life. So that's what I'm when you're prepared, when you have a thing, build upon it, don't mind anybody, just do your thing. The opportunity will come knocking one day to come from just somewhere, anywhere, basically.
And how do you cope with, because these few past seconds you've spoken about failures, how do you cope with failure? Like, is there something you ventured into and it didn't work out as you had imagined? How do you cope with failure?
Yes, failure for me is not a destination. Failure for me is not a destination. It's how do I put it? It's a lesson. In life, we make mistakes. Nobody's above mistake in life. So failure shouldn't be something that turns you off. Failure should rather be something that propels you to do more. When I fail, I don't see it as I have failed. Let me go and sulk and become depressed and then throw in the towel. No. Mm-hmm. When I fail, I see it as, okay, I have learned another way not to go about it. So I would never go about it this way again. So for me, it's knowledge. Failure for me is knowledge. So if you have that kind of approach towards failure, then you're halfway towards success.
Wow. Just because most of the time our fear, one of our greatest fear is failure. And sometimes when we, like we the young people, when we fail, we always think, okay, it's time to give up. But listen to what you said. It's not a question of, it's not a time for you to feel depressed. Rather, it's a time for you to feel motivated, like find that inner force within you and say, oh, I have failed.
This way does not work. This way leads to failure. Let me try this way. Oh. That's what failure is.
No, that is a good mindset. That is a really good mindset. And okay, recently, like on Sunday, I had a session like this with two of my friends from Cambridge and Sheffield University. And during their discussion, they mentioned that most times, that I asked them, why do the young Africans always want to go to Europe with the mindset of making it? You know? And I had this friend from Poland today who was like, she saw your photo, she went to your profile, she was like, where does he live? I said, Nigeria. He's a young African, he has won multiple awards, yet he's living in Africa. How do you? She was like, how do you do that? This is something for her. This is something like and other young Africans can learn from. So, what can you say to those brothers and sisters of ours that are always like mind focused towards, like kind of focused towards America or Europe, thinking that that's where they're going to make it so easy?
I, for one, I'd never believed I would. I never believed I needed to leave Nigeria to make something out of my life. I never had that mindset right from time. So I knew if I diligently worked hard and pursued my dreams, I would achieve it. I always knew that as a young chap. So, but I'm not discrediting whoever wants to travel, because you don't know, we all have our different paths. We all have our different callings. We all have what we are drawn to, what nature, what God has destined us to be, just like you're where you are and I'm where I am. So I wouldn't really say I'm against it. No, I won't. But I would only want to encourage those who want to make it in Nigeria, and somehow they're having doubts, can this work? It can work. It really can work. So if you take what you're doing seriously, there are lots of distractions, there are lots of peer pressure, there are lots of side attractions, and just lots of things. There are friends who would even want to talk you out of your dream. But if you're focused, if you know what you want to do, if you know what you're pursuing, and if you believe, because it comes with belief. Yeah. I tell anybody that wants to succeed, once you believe you can succeed, that next person that succeeded is as good as I am, then I can succeed. Then you're halfway there. So it comes with belief. So I always believed that I would make it. Wow. I may not be wealthy, I may not be the richest guy, I may not have all the cars and houses in the world, but I live a modest life, I live a comfortable life, I'm fine. So I always believed I could live this standard of life by hard work. I am somebody who was imbibed hard work and diligence right from when I was a child. My parents always told us that there's dignity in labor. Whatever you do, do it with due diligence. Don't just do evil, don't commit any crime, but work, and there's dignity in labor. And now I begin to realize all those things they were telling me as a kid. So I'm really passing it down to others. Yeah, passing down to others. So don't think you cannot achieve anything. No, you can. Once you have the passion, once you have the zeal, once you're focused, just keep doing it. Don't stop. People may think you're stupid. They'll think you're insensitive, you're senseless, but just keep going at it. Don't stop doing it. Don't stop going there. One day that opportunity will come. Just make sure you're prepared when it comes.
I like that. I like that. Because with what you just said now, I want to read the comment from David. He said, some of our young people just want to make it at once without hustle or mistakes.
Yes.
See, and this kind of, and what is, as I said, what you said now just counteract this in the sense that you said there is dignity in labor, and sometimes we are not patient enough to to see that we have to go through, like, for I say, crawl under the tunnel before you come out.
Yes, I think it's a generational thing, especially in today's world. People don't believe anymore that there are processes, that you have to go through this process from the first phase to the second. There are levels to everything in life. People just want to make it overnight. Life is not structured that way. And whatever comes like that, crashes like that. But when you go through all the levels and all the processes, you would have known what to do at each place to not stumble. Yeah. Even when you know what to do to come back. So you just know, because you have gathered all those experiences, you have them, you are prepared, you are equipped. As you move along on that stair towards greatness, you are gathering all those equipments. Character equipments, professional equipments. Yeah, that's true. Why you laugh?
No, it's really touching. I'm amazed. I'm like,
yeah. So I find out that you last longer. You understand what you're doing. You command respect. You know what you're doing. You are grounded. That's the word. You are grounded. Do you understand? You are all round. At any time you can stand your ground. That is what it takes. Shortcuts. Okay, there are some people it works for, but it doesn't have foundation. It doesn't last. Don't believe that because this person makes it overnight, I have to make it overnight. No. Whatever skill you have it for life. Nobody can take it away from you.
Okay. And in a question in line with what you just said now, don't believe that because this person made it means you make it overnight. I want to ask you, do you face being compared with somebody? And how do you deal with comparisons? I ask this because most times we, young Africans, we like young people in the world. We like to look at other person. We're like, he has this, I don't have this. Okay, he's like this, I'm not like this. Okay, why does he have that? Like this comparison? How do you feel that you compared with somebody? And if it happens, how do you deal with comparison?
I don't even believe in comparison. I believe everybody in this world is unique. There is absolutely something you are bringing to the table that I do not have. And no matter what I do, I won't have it. And there is something I'm bringing to the table that you do not have. No matter what you do, you won't have it. So comparison is absolutely unnecessary. I don't believe in that. In fact, I believe that, how do I put it? Two heads are better than one. That variety is the spice of life. If I become the only actor or the only good actor, and then you're watching me every day, you get tired watching me. You get tired watching my kind of acting. You get tired watching the pattern. You get tired seeing my face. But when you have varieties, different kind of people, that's the beauty. So I've never been one to believe in fact, nobody brings that to me because I'll tell you that I'm not cut out for this kind of a conversation. No. I believe everybody's unique. Everybody has their strengths and their weaknesses, and everybody's bringing something unique to the table. And that's the mindset I want every young person to have. Don't begin to compare yourself to this person. Oh, this person can do it better. Let me not go and try. I beg, man, I did my deal. I beg, this person's a bit wrong past me. No, there's something you are bringing that person doesn't have. And don't go there with the mindset that, oh, this person knows how to do it. I will go there now, I will show him. You might just fall. So the best is to be unique in yourself and bring what you have, bring your package to the table. And that is it.
So that means by being unique, there's that chance of working in team. Do you believe in team collaboration, teamwork?
Yeah, I do. Just look out for people of like minds. It matters a lot because the energy is very important. It's very important. I believe in teamwork. If you don't know, learn. I tell people who ask me for auditions all the time, I refer them to go to social auditions. When they persist, I tell them, see, what you should do as an intending actor or actress or filmmaker, like I did from my experience, it's not just to go bug people. I want to act, put me in a film. Nobody, the actor you're going to meet that you want to act, you should put in a film. It's probably been at home for 2 months without acting and is looking for somebody to call him to come and act. You understand? And you don't even know what the actor is at that time. So every actor is still looking for more jobs, just like you're disturbing them that you want to. So what I did at that time was I began searching around. Who are those people that have same interests as me? Who are those people who want the kind of thing I want? That, okay, I like acting, I like music, and I see this person likes acting, this person likes music. Okay, you meet that person, you form a bond, you bond with the person, you become friends. From there, it's easier for you because you have like 1, 2, 3, 4 links or friends who have same passion and same interest. It's easier for one person to have an information about an audition and pass to others. Or for one person to know there's a place casting is going on and pass to others, and then you crack. So it's always good to look around you, around your circle, in church, in your school, in your streets, on your environment, for people who have same interests as you. Besides them giving you information, they will also serve as motivation for you. All of you will serve as motivation to each other to begin to push you and push your interests.
I want to read something here. It says, tell your guests that we love him for being original.
Thank you so much. Okay, I can see it's Colombian. Thank you. I really appreciate it for the support.
There's a question from my younger brother, Pascal, EKEH. He's asking, why is that before you succeed or achieve anything in life, people will always condemn you? And how do you deal with when people, like, basically what I asked before, how do you deal with that? When someone is trying to put you down where you know that you're going to excel, how do you cope with that?
Something about paying attention to negativity. If you want to succeed, not just succeed, if you want to have peace of mind, pay deaf ears to negativity. I would only advise you to be a good human being, because the only time negatives can get at you is when you are a terrible person or an ugly person or a bad person. I would only advise you to be a good human being. Have a conscience. Love your neighbor as yourself. Have compassion for each other. Be diligent in your work and do it to the best of your ability. But then, no matter how good you are in this life, there are people who don't just like you. There will always be people who don't like seeing your face. In fact, your success irritates them. Yes, your growth irritates them. Good things happening to you is like they're being pricked with needles and all of that. So there'll always be such people. But you cannot kill yourself because of, you can't let their impression of you bother you and bother your potential and bother what you want to be. No. Be on your lane, be a good human being, and pay deaf ears to negativity. There's a saying that if you stop to throw stones at every dog that barks, you will never get to your destination. That's it.
Wow. So I know that you have a lot going on. and with all what you've been doing, do you ever get bored in the sense that, like, I've been acting for a long time? Okay, like, I give an example. I know that most of my friends from this part of the world, the Western world, after 5 years or 6 years of working, doing a particular job, maybe in a clinic or in a bank or in something, they want change. They want to quit their job, travel. Like, when they get bored, they just forget about it.
Yeah.
Does it? Hello? Okay. Does it
Sorry.
happen? Do you always get that experience?
Yes, it does happen. Everybody at some point, you not really
Yeah.
like you want to quit, but you get tired of doing the same thing all the time. Sometimes it happens. Even when you're watching television and you're on one particular station for a long time, you want to switch. So it happens. You get tired of doing the same thing all the time. But what I do is this. Rather than quit my job, which is my passion, I take a break. When I don't want to be on set, I take a break and do other things. I could do music. I could travel. I could just do something else outside being on set and being in front of the camera. That way, I detox myself, I ease off, I regain myself, and then I go back on set. But an actor is an actor for life. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Sorry.
No. Okay. So I was just telling them to go to check out your YouTube page and your Instagram handle, at least to follow you and to like you, subscribe to your page. So as I said, his YouTube handle is Ken Eric Ugots TV. There you get all new stuff, classical stuff. If you don't want to miss out, just go and subscribe, please, guys. His Instagram also, Ken Eric. Follow him, please. And I want to read the comment from Myla. She said, "Wow, your guest is a great actor." Myla she lives in Israel. He's a great actor and inspired us of his encouraging words. God bless you and more grace.
Myla. Thank you, Myla Dion. I appreciate so much. God bless you too.
So I have a question from Greg Bruno. He's asking basically what you've said. How do you say? What can you say about comparison? Are they both necessary? Comparison and competition, are they both necessary towards achieving one's goal in life? Comparison and competition.
Yes, they are necessary on the positive side. When I mean comparison and competition, I don't mean you comparing yourself with another person or competing with another person. No. I mean you comparing what you're doing now or what you're going to do tomorrow with what you have done before. Make sure that what you're doing is better than what you have done before. Just keep up the pace. Competition is almost natural. Even when you don't have competition, your fans will always create competitions among you. So you have to expect that. But then just keep doing your thing. Be good at what you do. Don't pay attention to competition. It's a wrong mindset to start with. That's what I feel.
Okay. Thank you. So my previous question was about, with all how far you've come, do you still feel hungry? Like, I'm hungry for something new. I want something new. Or do you feel that you've accomplished everything you dreamt of? And what does success mean to you? To be successful, what does it mean to you?
I don't believe I have accomplished anything. I don't believe there is still more ahead. Yes, I have that mindset. There's still more to do. There's still more to explore. There's still more to achieve. So for me, I believe that every human being should strive to do better than he has done before, and just keep working. Don't give up. Don't stop. There's never a time you say you are tired, except you're retired or your 80s or 70s. But as a young man, you just keep working. Keep doing your thing. Keep working hard. Keep getting better at what you do. That's very important. That's the only way you can have longevity on your job. That's what I believe. Then the next question was
success.
What does success mean to me? Success to me means impact. I've weighed it. I've looked around. Success for me is not monetary. It's not wealth. It's how much impact you are able to make in your lifetime. What you'll be remembered for. What legacy are you leaving behind? That is what I consider success. When you are gone in 50 years, 100 years, what would people remember you for? What positives would you have left behind in the sands of time? What are your footprints? Are there people walking in your shoes, aspiring to be like you, to take or continue from where you stopped? Are there people whose lives you have touched, who would go on to touch other lives, and then that way it spreads and all of that? Are there people who aspire to be like you, whom you have given hope by your way of your life, basically, or the way you do your job, or the way you carry yourself, or your speech, or your talent, or your expression, whatever it is? So I believe success to me is being able to know that people are impacted with what I do, and for that I'm really humbled.
Okay. Wow. Thank you. Then there's a question from Father Nathaniel it's in South America. How can one succeed in a society like Nigeria, where bribery and lust is seen as normal?
These things are there, and they have been there. But there's something I believe. If you know what you have, if you have a standard, if you have a discipline, because I believe people who give into all of these are people who are either desperate or are not qualified. It's just like me coming to sit for an exam that I know I prepared well for. And I know if I sat for that exam, I'm going to clear my papers. And then you now tell me to pay. I'll tell you no. I'll write it. You understand? So when you're prepared for stuff, you won't fall for these. That's what I tell everybody. These things happen only when you're not prepared, and then you're desperate and you want to be in that movie, or you want to do this by all means. No. When you are prepared, when you're qualified, even when you are not taken, desperation shouldn't come in. That's one thing I believe kills a lot of people. You must not be on that particular set. You must not be in that particular movie. Yes, it might shatter your heart. It might break your heart. You might feel so disappointed and all of that, but then go away with your dignity. Work on yourself. Your opportunity will come. And when it comes, it will announce you. Just be prepared. Desperation is what brings about all of this. When you're not desperate, you will not fall for anybody's antic.
And it's true, because desperation kills a lot. It makes people drive people to make wrong choices, especially in our context whereby there is no authentic formation. And one of our greatest problems in Africa is education. It's education. I always emphasize on education. I like this Mandela's quotation that a child without education is like a bird without wings.
Exactly.
And listen to what you've said. You mentioned how your mom, how diligence was formed within your home, that home education, but also your community and the school you come from or you study.
Schooling
so I'm looking at this.
I forgot to say that. See, in anything you do in life, acquire education. It's very important. It may be difficult for some people because I know it's not easy out there, but make sure to acquire education. When you have education, you are almost halfway set up to live comfortably in life without being dependent on any human being. Education is the key. It brushes you up, it cleans you up, it gives you intellect, you have knowledge, in-depth knowledge of whatever it is you want to do. So it's very important. It's something I overlooked, but it's a very important factor that helped my life.
Thank you. So I know time is almost on your side. I don't know, are there any last words something you want to say to your fans, to all these people that love you so much, that showing you love? And because I know how so many people were, as I told you, so many people were excited to say this. I know because due to data and other constraints, they might not be able to come to follow us live right now. But later on, there are people that are going to see this video. So what are the words that you would like them to take with them to their homes or to stay with them?
I'd love to encourage everybody who is aspiring to do anything in life. It may not be movies, it may even be in the sciences, anything whatsoever it is you want to do in your life. Do not believe that whatever failure you have encountered is the last bus stop. No. Do not believe that you cannot rise from that and succeed. Do not give up. Do not be deterred. Do not allow naysayers to derail you from your dream. Follow your instinct. Keep your hands clean. It's very important in life. Make sure your hands are clean. Love your neighbor as yourself. Do not envy anybody. Do not backstab anybody. Do not hate anybody. Be a true friend when you're called one. Be an ally when you're called one. Just be upright. Be hardworking. Be steadfast. Do not give up. Do not stop learning. Knowledge is power, and you will succeed.
Please, I just want to read these 2 questions. Last 2 questions I thought are really important to these guys. Richard is from Zambia. Richard loves you so much. He's so like, yeah, Richard Mulenga. He's one of your greatest fans. Right?
Whoa,
he's asking how does our guest manage his passion in all his involvement with the temptation that wealth comes with? Your passion and wealth, how do you balance both?
I don't believe I'm wealthy. For starters, I'm not wealthy. I'm just an actor. But then, discipline in everything. In everything, just know your purpose in life. It's very important. When you know your purpose, you will not derail. Do not let anything or anybody change who you are. Somebody cannot make you turn to become a bad person overnight. Make sure you don't allow that. Nobody can make you to do things you do not want to do. Make sure you do not allow that. Just know your purpose. If you have discipline, self-discipline, and you know your purpose, it's easier for you to live a healthy and comfortable life. But sometimes when you allow external influences, you see pride creeps in, you see envy creeps in, you see all sorts of vices coming in. But when you remain authentic to yourself, know where you are coming from. Always have that at the back of your mind, that I'm still the same person, coming from so place. So these are the values imbibed in me. Carry them along. Do not let anything derail you from your tracks or change the kind of person you are. Always remember God. Be humble. And know that life is ephemeral. There is nothing to this life. We're all the same human beings. Just when you have that at the back of your mind, and there's nothing to have to be big-headed about.
And the last, what are you most grateful with, or how far you've come? What are you most grateful for?
I'm most grateful for the lives that I have touched. Basically, that's my greatest blessing, that people have been able to see me and say that this so and so of your movie changed my life, or so of your song saved me. Yes, because I had people who wrote me letters when I dropped in Ozikomi from as far as Zambia and other countries, that one even told me he was at the verge of committing suicide, but that song held him. 2 people told me that held them back. So this is my greatest achievement in life, not material things, not fame, not being an actor or being on TV. Those things don't matter to me. What matters to me is making sure the next person is able to go through this day and another day because they look up to what you have done or what you have said.
I'm really you've just said everything, like, wow. I will tell you why I'm reacting like this. I believe that our talent should, or whatever we have as a gift, should enable us to empower the other person. That is the purpose of this show, for people to listen to people and feel empowered and feel that they have a second chance to doing what they want to do, a second chance to life. And what you said now shows that team spirit is very important.
Yeah.
But getting people involved and reaching out to people is very important, because the worst thing that we want to do to ourselves is to be selfish. I've made it, I've come my way, okay, I lock my space. I'm just a simple person, but I just texted you. Would you like to say something with the young people? You didn't hesitate. You were like, I'm down for it. I'm okay with it. So for me, I think this is something which each and every person out there listening to us right now should try to cultivate. No matter where you are, or no matter where you feel you are in life, no matter what you've accomplished, always know that somebody else can tap or participate in your glory and your greatness. And I think for me, this is something which is truly, really amazing. I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you for making out your time. I know that if it's me alone, I want to go for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. but you have other engagements. So I want to say thank you, and for a last word, maybe word to those people who came right now. Sure, I don't know.
Okay, for all the people who came in right now.
Any last word to those people who came right now?
Number one, I want to say I love you all. Basically, without you, I'm not here. Without you, there won't be me. So I have this much love for everybody who has been with me and who has supported me. It's not easy. It's really not easy. And I do not take that for granted. So I love you all, and I say thank you for all the support. Thank you for having faith in me, for trusting me, for believing in my brand. I thank you for that. And then I admonish everybody who is aspiring to be anything in life, go all out, grow wings and fly, soar, pursue your dream. Don't be held back. Don't say you don't have it, you can't make it, or you don't have up to this person's capacity, or my talent is not as good as his, my education is not as good as this person's, my level of exposure is not as good as this person's, my neighborhood is not as good as this person's. No, whatever it is you have, just start doing. You never achieve without starting, and a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a step.
Whoo! We go Dalu Kachuku Gozie Gena Jesus.
Amen.
I really appreciate this so much. I speak pidgin English. Thank you very much. I'm very happy. I'm happy well.
Thank you so much.
Really, thank you for everything. May God continue to bless you. And
it's my pleasure to talk to everybody tonight. It gives me fulfillment. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. God bless you. Okay. Thank you.